Good evening. I'm Spot On Weather meteorologist Matthew Euler, and today's title is for the forecast is Summer Pattern is in Place across Southeast Virginia. There's a look at the ocean front there along Virginia Beach, and we are definitely in the summertime type pattern. Let's get right to the current weather conditions right now across the area. We have a temperature nearly 75 degrees Fahrenheit with humidity at 69%. The barometric pressure is at 1012 millibars. So it is a muggier, warm night out there. High temperature was nearly 85 degrees a day after a morning low of about 74.6 degrees. So yes, it is fairly mild out there this evening. Looking at the current analysis, on the left I have a 300 millibar chart showing the winds at the jet stream level of 30,000 feet. And on the right I do have a thickness chart. Green areas indicating where precipitation is occurring, the red L indicating areas of lower pressure, and areas of higher pressure indicated by a blue H, not really stamped on this particular chart. But as of right now, what we have going on is we have a long wave trough that's into the Pacific Northwest, an upper level ridge over the central United States bumping up into central Canada, and another upper level trough into the New England states. At the surface, pretty quiet across Southeast Virginia, pretty quiet across the U.S. as a whole. There are some scattered showers and thunderstorms down along the Gulf Coast, as well as up the Southeast Coast and Florida, as is typical this time of year. But there are no major storm systems across the U.S. as a whole. The forecast for tomorrow, Friday the 15th of June, 2018, this upper level trough deepens somewhat over the Pacific Northwest, expecting cooler temperatures and some scattered showers there into British Columbia, Western Canada. There is the upper level ridge. It extends up again from the Midwest up into central Canada. Underneath this upper level ridge, we expect some fairly warm temperatures, a few scattered showers across the Midwestern U.S. as well. And then we have a trough, an upper level trough, a long wave trough across New England states, and that is resulting in some cooler weather across the New England states as well for tomorrow, the 15th of June. Moving ahead to the Saturday, the 16th of June, we're in Father's Day weekend. The upper level trough, long wave trough, stays in place across the Pacific Northwest. We do have a ridge remaining fairly stagnant in its location, again across the upper Midwest into central Canada, and a trough, an upper level trough, into the eastern United States. Areas of moisture generally extending from the southeast, as is typical this time of year, fairly dry for southeast Virginia. Some scattered showers and thunderstorms across the Midwest into the upper plain states, and also across the desert southwest area. Now, moving the forecast ahead to Sunday, the 17th of June, Father's Day. We do have the area of upper level low pressure, the upper level trough remaining over the Pacific Northwest. Again, the upper level ridge, it somewhat flattens out by Father's Day on Sunday, so not as amplified of a ridge. And then we have troughing again across the New England states into the eastern U.S. You notice this area of upper level high pressure basically from the Gulf Coast into the Midwest. And this area of upper level ridging will migrate eastward over time, and that will result in some much warmer temperatures, hot temperatures Monday and Tuesday across southeast Virginia. We'll show you that here in a moment. We got a 1023 millibar high situated off the mid-Atlantic coast. A moist southerly flow just advecting maritime tropical air, that muggy, nasty feeling of air. Very high dew point values into the Gulf Coast states, southeast U.S. Eventually, these south-southwest winds are going to affect much warmer, muggier conditions into southeast Virginia as well. Looking at Monday, the 18th of June, that upper level ridge is now more expansive over the eastern United States, over the east coast. And anytime you get an upper level ridge like this, underneath that ridge are usually the hottest temperatures as the air sinks and compresses and dries. We do have an upper level trough situated over the Pacific Northwest with cooler and showery weather into Idaho, into Wyoming. Again, with the high pressure, the Azores Bermuda High situated off the east coast, an upper level ridge. You're going to expect south-southwest winds and some more moist conditions starting to move in. Muggy dew points into the lower 70s by Monday. High temperatures we're expecting in the lower to middle 90s by Monday across the area. The combination of heat and humidity making for heat indices near 100 degrees by that point. Moving ahead now to Tuesday, the 19th of June, this persistent pattern continues. Look at this long wave trough over the western, northwestern U.S. The scattered showers continue over Montana, Idaho, into Wyoming. Again, we have the Azores Bermuda High situated in the western Atlantic with warm, moist air advecting on its backside into the Gulf Coast states, into the Midwest, into the eastern U.S. Very muggy conditions, upper level ridging. Not as pronounced on Tuesday, but still it is indicated on these charts at 30,000 feet. So again, we're going to have very hot temperatures for Tuesday, the 19th of June. Looking at the Atlantic tropical outlook, courtesy of the National Hurricane Center in Miami, Florida, there is a 10% chance of development in the western Gulf of Mexico over the next 3 to 5 days. However, if anything were to develop, it would be a fairly weak system. Conditions are not very conducive for tropical development with this disturbance. Nothing else really being monitored at the present time across the Atlantic. And then just to reiterate the emphasis on the hotter days that are coming on the 18th, Monday the 18th and Tuesday the 19th of June. On these two charts, this one's the 18th of June, the one on the right is the 19th of June. The legend key here shows the temperatures in degrees Celsius, with the reds generally the hottest temperatures on the chart. These are the temperatures at 5,000 feet above the ground. And whenever these temperatures get above 22 Celsius to 24 Celsius at 5,000 feet, it gets very warm at the surface. We have an upper level area of higher heights at the 850 millibar, 5,000 foot level. Again, very warm temperatures indicated by these reds and oranges moving into the mid-Atlantic, southeast Virginia, both Monday and Tuesday. Again, we're expecting very hot temperatures. So here's the final thoughts for this evening's presentation here at Spot On Weather. We have comfortably lower humidity levels expected both tomorrow, Friday the 15th of June, and Saturday the 16th of June. We may see dew points dropping into the middle to upper 50s. High temperatures during the day expected to be into the low to mid 80s, but with such lower dew points, the conditions will not be very muggy both Friday and Saturday. So those would be the 2 days to really get outside and enjoy those outdoor activities. The humidity will begin increasing, making conditions much muggier by Father's Day on Sunday. We expect dew points to creep back into the lower to middle 70s by Sunday afternoon. That will eventually give way to much hotter temperatures into the lower to middle 90s, expected on both Monday 18 June and Tuesday 19 June, as an upper level ridge parks itself over the East Coast. Heat indices, which is a combination of hot temperatures and high humidity, will make it feel like it's around 100 degrees on both days. So heads up, again, get out there and enjoy the lower humidity both Friday and Saturday. If you have any outdoor plans, those are the days to do it, as temperatures get very hot with higher humidity both Monday and Tuesday next week. We are expecting fairly dry conditions through Sunday with increasing chances of scattered thunderstorms both Monday and Tuesday during the maximum heating times of the day, especially the afternoon, early evening hours, as that warm, moist air and south-southwest winds on the backside of that Bermuda High really pump up maritime tropical moist air into southeast Virginia. And again, there's no tropical storm or hurricane threats in the foreseeable future across the Atlantic Ocean basin. We'll keep our eyes on that. Here's where to find us: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Again, very informative weather forecasting. We appreciate your support as always. We hope you enjoyed tonight's presentation. And remember, if we're not spot on, we're not doing it right. Have a great evening, everyone.